Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit, episode number 463, where Drew and myself will go through comics originally releasing the 4th of July, 2018. But before Drew and myself get into what's coming out in your local comic book shops this coming Wednesday, we're back. I've been gone for 2 weeks. I've missed you all. It's wonderful to be back. It's great to be here. Anything, and let's get into some comic stuff. Drew, what do you got for me?
Sorry, who is this?
This is Kyle.
Kyle. Oh.
I've co-hosted over 400 podcasts with you, I believe, sir.
I guess you deserve a little break.
I've been climbing mountains in Tennessee and mountains in North Carolina, and now I'm back in the hollows of comics.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad you had some good time away. Got refreshed, ready to talk comics. We're excited.
Oh yeah.
I struggled through, but there were episodes while you were gone. I'll give you that.
Are you trying to say you miss me?
I did. I missed you very much. We got some feedback on some of our while we were gone. One of my episodes, Mike Myers says reason Man of Steel was lower in sales because we did have the sales while you were gone. Because it was returnable, no cover Bs, and no incentive covers. So actually, it's actually closer to the truth to where the other in the top 10 are inflated. True. But I still think that Bendis Man of Steel should have launched for higher than 70,000 copies or so, whatever number it was at. And that was my point. I just think it was a little lackluster given the hype of Bendis. I would have assumed 100K on something like that, but maybe there's just nobody out there. He goes on to say, I'm just curious about what time of the day you recorded your last episode. There was a point in the podcast where I thought you were going to put yourself to sleep. Thank you, Mike. It's good listeners like you that keep me going and the support, the unwavering support. Hey man, I'm telling you, solos are tough. Kyle, you know this. You know this.
I keep my solos to under half an hour for that specific reason.
Yeah.
I can't stand the sound of my own voice, but I do want to make sure we dip in, at least give you the information, what's going over. But yeah, it's tough to talk and just hear your own reverberations.
I think my first 15, 20 minutes, pretty okay. Pretty solid. The last 20 minutes, maybe I might have been yawning a little bit. I might be a little tired. Wolf says, looking forward to some hot books this week. We got Teen Titans Special number 1 with a cameo of Crush Lobo's daughter. We got Miss Marvel's 31 cover B. We've got Batgirl 24 cover B. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur 32 with the first appearance of Princess Fisk. And a final issue of Kill or Be Killed. Those all sound pretty good to me, Wolf. Nice call.
Yeah, he tweeted that, but he misspelled my Twitter handle, and I missed that information. I had to hear about a Moon Girl spec on the streets, I got mad at our dear Wolf Warner, and it turns out he tried. We just simply had a bit of a Twitter miscommunication.
Yes. So whoever at Kyle is...
He was on, at Kyle, you got the scoop, whether you wanted it or not.
But at Kyle 8581 got Bubkus.
Yeah, at 8581 KYLE. Be me.
Oh, it's 8581 KYLE. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm one of the
I don't even know.
Put the numbers first. Yeah.
I don't even know.
But yeah, that book's up to $15 already on eBay. The Moon Girl 32 with that Wilson Fisk's other daughter. There's apparently a daughter we already know. This is the second daughter and her first appearance. So that one rocking out already.
This is not the princess from The Walking Dead. This is a different
Correct.
Princess. Gotcha. And then is the cameo of Lobo's daughter doing anything?
Cameo in that Teen Titans Special number 1. I didn't check the price on that one, but I know people were boo and hiss and all that thing. But it has only served to really, really, really get that next thing. The 24th of July, we will get Teen Titans number 20 coming out. That will be the first full appearance of Crush. There's a 1 in 25 Crush variant with her on the cover. An interesting cartoony art style, like almost a crayon drawing. That's already pre-selling for close to $40 on eBay. So if you talk to your LCS, see if you can score that ahead of time. Make sure it's earmarked for you. Or, just a hint, that's going to be a recommendation down the line that you at least pick up the regular title. But that 1 in 25 is pre-selling very high already.
And this is the first appearance of Lobo's daughter. Her name is Crush.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. He goes on to say, Faith, Gideon Falls, Analog, Silk, and the upcoming Crowded are all optioned as films in the last month. This comic-to-movie relationship is for real.
Yeah, and I was huge on Silk. I have all the I-25 first appearance, all of it, and it is all going up on eBay right now. Yeah,
as we speak.
Cut this short.
I'm packaging.
Even Jason Latour signing my not licensed Jason Latour, but Robbie Williams signing my Rob Thomas. Dang it, whoever it was, I got the friggin' Silk one signed.
Yeah. Aaron Churchill sent us a nice note. A while back, I had asked you about starting a podcast and the things you used and how you did it. I kept using my inability to get these things to work to not make a podcast. Then a new app came out called Anchor.fm that made it easy. And so I am currently now on episode 5 of my own. I record in GarageBand on my Mac.
Oh, wow. How elite did he say that with his pinky in the air?
Then you just say,
I'm tapping an iPhone right now.
Just and it's done. It's really, really easy to add notes. And I just wanted to share because you had mentioned getting the same question from other people. And I thought I would share with your audience. So, yeah, if you're thinking about doing your own podcast, he says this app's out here called Anchor.fm that makes it super easy, which is nice because it was never super easy for me. As you've heard over the years with some of our less than stellar episodes, but that's good. He goes on to say, I've been listening to Kevin Smith say, just do it for 10 years. I've listened to podcasts talk about how badly their first 50 episodes or first 100 episodes were for years. And I finally decided it was time to start making my own bad episods so I could get good. I'm not looking for any awes here.
Aw, come on, Aaron. You can do it. I believe in you.
But I'm currently going through a divorce. I was looking for something to help me feel a little better from time to
Andy,
time.
Drew was going through a midlife crisis when you started this.
Yeah, it's true. A connection through a podcast or something. There's another podcast called Panels and Pizza. It's an interview podcast, and the guy doing it solo is also going through a divorce. So just hearing him mention it makes me feel better and less alone, and this can actually be okay. Anyway, I went with the old, if you can't find what you are looking for adage, why don't you make it? So I did, and I am. It's what I'm going through, raising a kid, being a stay-at-home dad, then not, and maybe comics or whatever down the line. The name of it is called A Better Father. Yeah, I also have a website, but I found I'm not so great at the writing part, and it's easier just to talk, at least for me. You're welcome to share that on your podcast if you want, just in case you have a listener looking for something similar that I was. Though I won't be insulted if you don't. This was more about saying thank you for doing your podcast because you helped push me forward into doing mine. How often do you get in the same sphere as Kevin Smith? Never. This is the first.
Just in the overweight category, isn't it?
Yeah, near a heart attack, yeah. Inspiring someone to push out of their comfort zone and create something. So again, thank you. That is very awesome.
Thank you, Aaron. We appreciate the kind words.
And if only Aaron had stopped there, that would have been a wonderful, wonderful piece of feedback. And it is wonderful and very nice. And we hope you'll go listen to A Better Father podcast. It's out there in the internet, so you can find it. And I don't have the link. I'll try to get the link and put it in the show notes for you guys. And I'll put the link to that thing as well. His app that he uses. The other thing to share with Kevin Smith and the Comics Conspiracy podcast is questions. So I'm trying to figure out how not to just ramble. And like to base it half on question and questions people have and answer them on my podcast. But yep, that's kind of what we do. Again, your podcast helped me get there. Awesome. And then he goes on to slam me for my recommendation of the Sex Criminals variant by Scotty Young. I've got a bone to pick. I could have pre-ordered that with a discount 2 months ago, almost 3 now. And in your previews episode, you talked me out of it because of the price point.
That's
now,
true. I remember
you
that.
Go and I do too. It's all coming back to me now. Now you go and recommend it as the pick of the week? Come on, man. Seriously? All in good fun, of course. Sincerely, Aaron P. Churchill. Though my podcast is listed under Luvius Thomas, after my grandfather. Very cool. We love getting feedback, and that was a wonderful one. It's cool that what little contributions we make here on the podcast could somehow influence you and encourage you in any way to do anything positive. So that's fantastic. And thanks for listening, Aaron, all these episodes, and good luck with yours. I'm gonna have to check it out. Look, you only got 5 episodes. I can catch up then. I can get it on the ground floor. I'm excited.
Yeah, for me, that was very great feedback. I really appreciate it. It's been wonderful to hear from you all these. Keep doing it. It's amazing to see just how awful we were at the beginning, and how, granted, I don't know that I've gained a reputable amount of skill from this, but I feel like I'm better at it. I feel more comfortable. I feel better. It's nice to think that I have all these episodes and everything under my belt, and it's a neat thing to just come on here and podcast. It's cathartic. It's a way to hang out with my brother at times, so you can't beat that. So keep doing it.
At times?
Yeah, there's times where, things it's not as easy as it could be. But no, keep doing it, and reach out to your friend as well that you said does a solo cast. Hook up with other people. It's been awesome to hook up with you guys, hear from you guys, hook up and do talks with people like Eric, and meet people that have similar interests in everything that we do. That's another great avenue from these kind of things.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We got a note from Eric at Cowabunga about a pool box service that's going under, and they sent this email to their subscribers and saying it's great sadness that we're canceling all our online pull boxes effective immediately. We realize it's going to come as a shock, but at the time we could not manage them effectively. Our pull box rep left the company, and at this time we can no longer manage them. So if you are a customer of Unknown Comics, and you are without an online LCS or a virtual LCS, as Eric likes to call them, reach out to Cowabunga Comics, and it will be seamless and maybe even a little better than what you were getting before. A seamless transition. Cowabunga Comics with a K, cowabungacomics.com, and his email is Eric with a C at cowabungacomics.com if you want to add a virtual LCS so that you don't miss out if you are an Unknown comic books customer. And it's a bummer that part of their business is shuttering, but it looks like they're going to keep being a comic book store, so that's good. But we just wanted to pass that along and put in a plug for Cowabunga if they're needed. Always bummer when some part of the industry changes like that.
And it's like I keep telling my work, one person quits and goes, and that can be the end of it. So just FYI.
Wow.
Well, they said the
like
one guy that was in charge of it's gone, and they're just like, let's just don't.
Yeah, it's too tough to find somebody that with the skill to keep it going. So it makes sense. I understand it. Walmart and DC are teaming up. For an exclusive run of 100-page comic book giants that are mostly reprint material, but they promise to have new content from the likes of Bendis and King and Jimmy Palmiotti and Tim Seeley and Dan Jurgens and a lot of the top creators. and I believe it's going to be $4.99 for 100 pages, and they're only available at Walmart, which has about 3,000 stores nationwide. You think they get a few? They're going to have a few copies of each, so you can imagine the sales that this could generate for DC. I understand why DC is doing it, and there might not be an LCS in everybody's backyard, but there's probably a Walmart pretty darn close. So there is a generation of people that will have comic books stuck in front of them, and we'll see if that makes a difference or leads to anything. One of the good things about this program is that each one of these books is going to come with an ad for the comic book shop locator, so that hopefully they picked it up, saw that, find the LCS closest to them, and patronize their local comic shop. Now, the downside is this is exclusive new material, not available through your comic shop. You down the road, as these come out over the months, they will collect that new material into a trade that will be solicited through LCS, but they will be getting it after Walmart, significantly after. So this is kind of new ground. I don't know that I remember a time when something existed, that was new content that existed outside of the direct market like this, where they did not also get access to it. You know, I guess the closest thing I can think of is DC's Digital First program, where, you know, things like Injustice are available on Comixology digitally for a while before they're collected into a print and then sold through an LCS. I guess that's the only example I can think of where they do this sort of thing. I guess I can see retailers probably not happy about it. I don't know. I guess hardcore DC fans will probably go to Walmart to get this material, especially if they're single issue readers. I have the displeasure of occasionally having to go to Walmart myself, and for something, and I'm sure I'm going to seek these out at least to look at them, and see where they're stashed and see what kind of condition they're in.
That's the big thing. Yeah.
But I don't feel like, I don't feel like it's must read for me. It's definitely not a must read for me, and not something I need to seek out. But I like the price. I like the aggressive price point. I like the content. It's I like the fact that they're trying to find new readers, but I also get why retailers would feel like they're being slighted.
Here's to hoping they sell them on a spinner rack.
Yeah, I've seen the point of purchase, and it is just a cardboard shelf thing, shelf riser. It's not that impressive. You interested?
Yeah, I'm going to definitely check them out. That's not necessarily the way I like my comics. I like the thin, floppy comics, but I will definitely see what they have to offer and see what they are. Yeah, it's. I mean, whatever you got to do to try to get more people involved.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. It's if it brings some people into the fold, that's awesome. If it gets kids reading comics and used to reading comics, so that they have a yearning for it, that's a good thing. And that would be kind of cool. Let's see. You got anything else before I head over to the FOC?
No, that's all.
Let's see. This is the FOC for May order codes that are coming out on the 25th of July. And this is FOC. This FOC order will be due on July 2nd. So is that Monday? Yeah, Monday, July 2nd by noon for most places. Yep. They need to have that in there. As I'm glancing at Dark Horse, not seeing anything.
Keep
really.
on glancing.
How about you?
Nothing I need. StarCraft
Not that-
Scavengers. I'll be interested to see what that is. Used to play StarCraft back in the day, but
Oh yeah, yeah, I did too. Now, this action back down in DC, this Action Comics 1001 inks only variant 1 in 100. That's interesting.
Yeah.
They're doing the next
See the
one
price
up.
on those?
Oh yeah, 175.
And that's
Ouch.
from Cowabunga, so I imagine there are more on some places.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be more somewhere else. If we scan down DC, I'm sure some beautiful covers down here to tempt me and taunt me. The Justice League Dark first issue, if you missed that, it's available for FOC, that first issue. There's that Teen Titans 20. The first appearance of Crush that Kyle was talking about. So it's available through FOC right now. So you can guarantee yourself 5 copies of that bad boy, 10 copies of that bad boy if you think she's going to blow up at a very reasonable price if you're a Cowabunga customer. And the one Kyle's pining for is the 1 in 25 variant. Which, do I have a picture
You
of
should.
it? Can I look
It's
at
on
it?
eBay. I assume there's a picture here too.
Oh, it's ooh, okay. It's a rendering with like schematics on it and stuff, like side views and pencil drawing, and then the color in the middle. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I get it. That's Jorge Jimenez. Very nice. You tempted to spend $40 on it?
Oh no, it's just hard to tell whether
No.
Crush will be big. I mean, I'm coming off of I spec'd multiple years ago on Silk, and it's finally hitting dividends now. But I had to wait a long time, so it's just curious. I don't know. Maybe it's perhaps.
Now, you can also get the Teen Titans Special #1 as a second printing that has a recolored version of the original cover. I don't know if that means it's just like a splash of color or what, but that might be something too, because that'd be an affordable add-on. You could get the special plus the first full appearance and sell them as a set, even though it's a second printing. It's still kind of gonna be a little print run. It says that when it says it has a recolored cover, I'm just wondering if that's just like adding a color. I can't see it. They don't show
that's
the
just
picture.
a situation where you're like, oh, it's got a yellow bar instead of the green bar.
Yeah, that's probably.
And those don't tend to be sought after necessarily.
Yes. So to me, this sounds like a pretty good deal. Like you gotta hop on these, right?
Yeah, I mean, either way, I'm going to suggest either the A or B cover for the regular. I mean, I'm not a big. People were kind of poo-pooing the cameo in the Teen Titans Special as the first appearance, so I'm not as high on that one.
What do you think of? So there's an A and a B cover, and then the expensive variant. Would you go multiples on A and B, or just go cover
The
A?
Teen Titans Special is going for above cover. The not the second appearance yet, but the first. Yeah, some people are getting it for cheap too. I don't know. What was the question?
There's an A and a B cover for Teen Titans 20, and plus that crazy price variant. Would you go? Would you load up just on the A cover, or would you do A and B?
A. It's an A cover thing.
It's an A cover thing. Kyle's usually right on that. I've learned over the years, against my better judgment. Anything else in DC that sticks out at you as something that we should add to our FOC
the only thing
order?
that popped for me.
We slide down to IDW. Our good friends IDW. Nothing.
Sorry, IDW.
Yeah. As we glance into Image, got another Liefeld cover for Bloodstrike 24. Liefeld? Why did I say Liefeld? It's the first time I've ever read that name or something. I kind of like those. I don't know why. There's something about him that I like his internet
There you go.
presence. He seems to be really excited about comics all the time, which is kind of cool. Tim Seeley's doing the cover for Hackslash Resurrection #9, which has been really, really fun. Great read. New World, #1. If you didn't jump on that, you have the chance to get any of those 4 covers.
It's a 1 of 5 series, so try to figure out whether you're all in or what.
Yeah, exactly.
Saga.
Good old Saga. Who knows what's going on there? It could be something super crazy.
And that's all for me in Image.
Okay. Sliding down to Marvel, we've got second issue of Amazing Spider-Man. It's going to be a huge drop-off here from the last issue. So I don't know if that means anything to anybody. Don't know if you want to grab that or not. But
All I know is I want that J. Scott Campbell variant for Amazing Spider-Man #2.
and its cover. Cover J. Scott Campbell is not as easy to come by as you'd think. They're usually incentives. We got the second printing of Ghost Rider #1.
It's not cover. It's a 1 of 25. Yes.
Oh, it isn't. It doesn't say it is.
It does on mine.
Oh, that's the the Amazing Spider #2 Campbell variant. It doesn't have it listed as.
It does in the. It does. I had it in the
1/25.
FOC. If you scroll to the right.
Oh, okay. Well, then screw that.
It's Campbell, so I mean, there's something to be said.
Yeah. The Cosmic Ghost Rider #1 second printing is a spoiler variant, which I'm interested in checking out. See what the deal is here. I can't see it.
Well, because it's a spoiler.
I guess. Oh, I've screwed up the FOC. It's all jacked up, and the image is coming soon and not available for viewing. So, bummer. Let's see as we slide down here. Anything else popping out at you there?
Mr. and Mrs. X #1. I have no
What's
idea.
that about?
Is that post-wedding crap?
Maybe. Moon Knight 197. So close.
Check out the cover for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur #33.
Yeah, I done effed this all up.
Is that just a shameless way for the writer to get himself on the cover of his own comic?
What was
Moon
it called?
Girl and Devil Dinosaur #33.
As I scroll, and I'm hitting it, and I found it. Oh, is that Brandon Montclair?
I don't know for sure. But that's one to take to cons if you're looking for him.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That would be a good one. Wolf, heads up.
Yeah, no
Like
kidding.
he wasn't going to get it.
Moon Knight 197. Nobody cares.
Somebody.
Third
cares.
printing of Venom #1, even with that big print run. Holy cow. And we love that second print, so third print is pretty dope as well. Jeez. Get the third print too. Just FYI.
What's it? What's
Big
it look
old
like?
Venom coming right at you.
That's it. Yeah, it's a different cover again.
They know what tickles our innards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not dumb.
And that's all for me in Marvel.
What's the diminishing returns on printings though? At some point, right?
I would say a lot because like I was still cranking money for Spider-Man Deadpool variant number 9. And
True.
then you got things like Spider-Man 700. I think the 5th printing was the one to have, whichever one had all the different creators on the front of it.
Oh,
Whichever
okay.
cover was that or something like that. There was a bunch of like people really liked the second print of that as well with the Octavius throwback. So sometimes you get to 4 or 5 and they're still good.
I guess you gotta keep paying attention to that stuff. You can't just
a lot
cross
of
it
people
off.
just nod out like myself.
Yeah. In Boom, there's a book called Bone Parish. Its first issue is coming out. If you missed the boat on that, you have a chance to dip back in. Dynamite, not seeing anything. Action Lab, Aberrant, don't know that one. Its second issue's out. Aftershock's got a few offerings in Her Infernal Defense, Pestilence, and Walk Through Hell. Number 3. Black Mask is offering the 3rd issue of Survival Fetish and We Are Danger number 2, along with a hardcover of Black, Volume 1.
I got nothing else. I'm done.
Titan. Nothing in Titan. Nothing in Valiant. Nothing in Zenoscope, except they finally finished Spirit Hunters, which I had forgotten about. It's been so long. So, at least a year, almost a year late on this one. So, and that is the FOC. A couple of interesting things in there.
Again, FOC is Final Order Cutoff. It's the books that you have a final ability to pre-order and guarantee to get them through your local comic book shops. Most local comic book shops, not our former local comic book shop, but our current is at Cowabunga is big on the FOC. So, like, if you are interested in Crush and her first appearance in Teen Titans number 20, by Monday at noon is your last chance to guarantee that you get your own copy set aside. Other than that, get there when the doors open and hope you get one.
Yeah, and you know your store might be stocking up. They might have heard the news. They might have increased their order already. Just make sure that you get one set aside for you.
All right, Drew. Anything else?
No, let's sneak peek
let's
this
head over
baby.
to previewsworld.com. Let's click on new releases. Let's go over. Let's find July 4th. Who's going to spend their Independence Day in their local comic book shops? Everybody is. So let's start where they force us to start now. But a good place to start. Let's start with those Image comics. Holy, I Hate Fairyland. There's a lot of versions.
And a
And a
Sienkiewicz.
Zdarsky.
Wow, what's the deal?
Issue 20.
Is it the final?
Just an
Final?
end of a story arc. Issue 20.
Huh. Interesting. I missed the. I don't know that I have this Sienkiewicz. I'm not
probably
sure.
want this.
I'm not sure I have that
You probably want
Zdarsky
to
either.
forgetting Jeff Lemire knowing you.
There's nothing wrong with Jeff Lemire, man. Did you look at that cover?
Yeah,
it's
not bad.
sweet.
Heck, Jock does a good job too.
Last Siege, the second issue. Did you read that first issue?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Rough.
Ooh. Not good.
I just realized I'm like 3 behind on Paper Girls looking at 22. I'm never going to catch up.
They're quick reads. New Lieutenants of Metal. I missed this one. Joe Casey, the writer, art by
Where are you
Ulysses Farinas. I'm in Image. New Lieutenants of Metal.
Oh, under N.
You see it?
I was just looking for L, Lieutenants of Metal. Gotcha.
New Lieutenants. The new Lieutenants of Metal are a precision strike force ready to face any threat, and the most kick-ass headbanging heroes ever assembled. The names are legend: the Mighty Krieg, Vandenborg Riot, Mano Warrior, and Steppenwolf. Beset on all sides by a roster of vicious foes, the new Lieutenants of Metal are guaranteed to deliver you unto greater comic book glory, glory, glory. Yeah, I still don't want to read that.
But what I kind of went big on is Unnatural #1.
Oh, the Pig Girl book. Yeah, I read those preview pages, and they were really good. So I'm excited about it. I don't know Mirko Indolfo. I don't know his work, but the art's beautiful, and it's an interesting premise.
The cover B is eerily, obscurely sexy, so I'm not sure. And there are some some specific covers out there for different places as well for this. So there's a couple different specialty covers out there.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Leslie is a simple pig girl. She loves sushi. She's stuck with a job she hates. And she lives under a brutal totalitarian government, one that punishes transgressors from anything deemed unnatural. Leslie dreams of something different for herself, but those dreams are becoming dangerous. And that's like no interspecies dating, basically, I think is what the preview pages I read alluded to. And it was really well executed, and this is one to definitely get some of. So who's on the cover of the Walking Dead 181 cover B?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm looking at other stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. So go to Walking Dead 181 and click on the cover B.
Glenn.
Who is that?
It says
That's
it at
Glenn?
the bottom. Glenn.
Oh, I can't see it. I'm just looking at the thumbnail.
It's a cool looking Glenn. Plus, he's got his hat and everything on.
I don't know. I don't know if I love Sienkiewicz's interpretations of these characters. Is that blasphemy?
Yep.
Yeah, is it? Still buying three copies of the dang thing, but throwing money away. That's it for me from Image.
That's all I got too. Dark Horse coming up next.
Do we go with the cover A on Spawn 287, the Matina? We still chasing Matinas for Spawn
we're
or not?
chasing Matinas. Yep.
Okay.
Dark Horse.
Yeah. Sorry.
IDW. Joe Hill, the Cape #1 greatest. It's $1. And then
So because there's a new volume.
Joe Hill, the Cape. Fallen #1. Also out.
Yeah. We also have Lowlifes #1 by Brian Buccellato with art by Alexis Sintinak and a cover by Brian Buccellato. In the seedy Los Angeles underworld, lives intersect like freeway overpasses. When a crime boss's poker game is robbed, 3 lowlifes, a bad cop, a drug addict, and a haunted thug, attempt to stay one step ahead of the others, as redemption or destruction is their only ticket out. I like that.
Yeah, I
good.
thought that looked pretty rad when I saw it in previews, if I remember correctly. Excuse me.
Do we care about another volume of Orphan Black?
No, I don't think we do. I've never seen the show, so unfortunately I'm not the guy on this one. Transformers Bumblebee, the movie, prequel #1. The cover of this looks weird and dumb and awful, but the preview for this movie looks friggin' dope, and I have been off of Transformers movies for a long time.
Who is what's his face?
Michael Bay is not
involved?
attached to the movie. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Okay. You ready for DC?
Yes. Head on down to DC Comics. I'm joking.
It's wedding time.
Crap,
Do you have
that's
wedding
right.
fever? Yeah, it's Batman 50. It's a $4.99 book. It's a $4.99 cash grab for this wedding, but we don't care. Well, we're getting it. We got an Arthur Adams variant. We've got a blank.
I like
for
him.
some reason. You got the Jim Lee pencils
Can
variant.
I get the Batman 50 blank variant and then just tape my own wedding photo to the front?
I think that's awesome. You should do that. So you can get the Lee either as the colored version or the pencil version. Cool. Very nice.
Print run on this
all...
number 50 drill. What are you guessing?
I would hope it's
Okay.
150, but
Over or
I
under
don't know.
150? That's my question to you.
Over.
I hope so as well.
Because we saw, well, we didn't see, you weren't here, but when I did the numbers last week, both issues of Batman well over 100,000 again.
Go out right now, call your LCS, leave him a message. Catwoman #1, cover B. Joel Jones' writing, Joel Jones' interior art, and Art Germ is cover B. Those are all things that scream Drew.
No, the issue, cover A. It's the Joel Jones cover. That's the one
okay.
you want.
You and I go even money. That is an awesome cover, though. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Give me Stanley Art Germ. That isn't. I love that B.
In fact, that is incredibly reminiscent of
Lady Killer. Yeah.
Lady Killer.
Yeah, she's got a style.
Covers. She's got a style, and it's beautiful, and that's the one I'm getting. I don't even care.
Wow.
Although I ordered it. I ordered a couple. Shut up. I've got a couple coming. I'm just saying, I like my Catwoman with the Joel
And order
Jones.
the Catwoman #1 blank and tape a picture of your own cat to it.
Yeah, I said something.
Oh, I like Deathstroke 33, Francisco Matina, cover B. Holy crap, that's beautiful. I want that. And I'm not even reading Deathstroke. And I want that. That's awesome.
That's pretty
Damien.
nice.
That's so cool. Sorry, I'm lost in this cover. It's
That's
Damien
good.
in his hood, but his face is of Deathstroke, and it's dripping. That's awesome. That's the first time I've seen that.
Well, now let's go look at the Nightwing covers.
Oh, jeez. Arrow through my friggin' heart.
That Ben
not
Oliver's
bad.
not
I
bad.
like it since we've gone to $4 and we've got Ben Oliver on it. That's cool. Not as cool. Had I not looked at the friggin' Deathstroke, I might be impressed, but yeah.
Yeah. It kind of pales
Yeah.
in comparison, I guess. Now, you can also get a Jim Lee pencils variant for Justice League #3 as well, if you are so inclined. So that's kind of cool. It's like it must be like a thing they're doing. Or he just ran out of time. Because he's slow. Anything else in DC?
Let me see what Harley's variant looks like. Doesn't write home. Joe classic Joe, but nothing I care about on that one.
Classic Joe. Do you see they did an artist edition for that Savage Wolverine?
Oh
run?
no, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, big oversized artist edition, for like $150 from IDW.
You weren't impressed with the unexpected, were you, by Steve Orlando? Did you do anything with it? Okay.
No, I don't even know if I finished that issue.
All right, let's head on down to Marvel.
I think it was convoluted, and I just bailed.
Captain America #1 by Ta-Nehisi Coates, which means I am out. But I like the Alex Ross cover.
Do you think he learned some comic book writing lessons during his run on Black Panther, and maybe this is going to be different?
Still obnoxiously long-winded.
Going to be a lot of narration boxes, and
you might see red, white, and blue behind 46 bubbles.
I got to read the first one, but yeah, I'm not.
And again, that's just me. And you know, if you like Cap, do it. If you like Tahiti, do it. It's just not my thing. Neither is Cosmic Ghost Rider, but I might have to dip in. I don't know. You doing Cosmic Ghost Rider?
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
so-
Well, it's Donny
I know,
Cates, man.
I mean, based on previous work alone, I think you have to. But yeah,
Yeah, it's great. I've got both of these coming, A and B covers, multiples. I really liked. I was impressed, and so I'm definitely getting in on that. Death of the Inhumans. I think I skipped. I think I skipped. That's also
I'm
Donny
excited to
Cates.
see
And I
the
skipped that.
Inhumans die, but I'm not excited to read it.
Yeah, I don't think I was as interested in that one for some reason.
Marvel Rising, Squirrel Girl, Mrs. Marvel, #1. Devin Grayson, G. Willow Wilson, Ryan North. Takes 3 people to write this book.
Yeah. Star Wars 50. We got to 50 pretty quickly, it seems like. Kieran Gillen, Salvador LaRocca, Giuseppe Camicoli, covered by Travis Charest. And 50 issues of Star Wars. That's great. I've read them all.
In this issue,
and
Hope dies.
I wonder what that means.
There's a character they bring in called Hope and then immediately kill her.
Yes.
Ugh, I hate cover B. Sorry, Terry Dodson. True Believers, Fantastic Four, Galactus. Pick that up right now, $1. That's one you want. That's one of those. Looks like a key that you're never going to have.
Which one is it?
Right.
48?
No. Right under Star Wars Jedi Uptime. It says True Believers, Fantastic Four, Coming of Galactus #1. Oh, are you asking?
But it's based. It's based. It's
yes,
reprinting.
I'm sorry, yes.
48. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's one worth $1.
That's worth $1. Yeah.
All right. Anything else in Marvel, sir?
No.
Open next one. Okay. No. Okay. All right. Let's get on down and see what Dynamite has. Do we care about Elvira?
We don't, but we do care about the Project Superpowers 0 issue with a Matina cover for 10 cents.
Oh, snap.
So buy a handful, get a pretty Matina cover, and give them to your friends and say, look how pretty comic book art can be.
People on the cover?
They're the Project Superpowers people.
Do we care about them?
Johnny, Fred, and Wilma. No, that's not at all who they are. I've not read that book, so I don't know.
Anything else in DE? Boom.
No. Bummer.
Nope.
No.
We're milking dark crystals for yet another thing. I don't care.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out of our smaller publishers, our Aftershocks, our Onis, or other things.
Oh, Sellies #2. The first issue looked really intriguing. I haven't read it yet. It's a Lion Forge book.
Yeah, we were high on that first one, I think.
I was really excited about the first one. I still haven't read it yet. But the second issue's there. Going to be a big drop off from #1. Low print run. So you probably still need to be in on this and see what happens. We don't care about $10 books, do we? Chloe in the Cloud.
Do we know anything about Waxwork Comics?
No.
House of Waxwork.
What are they doing?
#1. House of Waxworks is a rousing horror anthology series packed with macabre tales of ghouls, ghosts, witchcraft, and the occult, the living dead, and so much more. Readers will meet original and inventive characters such as the Director and the Decomposer, and will be fully immersed in terrifying original soundtrack music featuring a companion 7-inch colored vinyl that is available at wadawadawada.com. Intriguing. I'm not a horror guy, but, if you are. Did you do Lady Mechanica?
I read one.
Lady Mechanica, Dame Sans Merci, #1. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. We got something called Submerged, #1 from Vault Comics.
Didn't we have an image book called Submerged?
No, I don't think so. I bet it was very similar though, and we probably had an Aftershock that was very similar in that name as well. This is written by Vita Ayala. Vita Ayala, with art by Lisa Sturley, and a cover by Jen Bartel. On the night of the biggest storm in New York City's history, Elysia Puente gets a call from her estranged little brother Angel, terrified, begging for help. When the call cuts out suddenly, despite the bad feelings between them, Ellie rushes into the night. Finding his broken phone in front of a barricaded subway station, Ellie follows echoes of her brother into the sinister darkness of the underground, desperate to find him before it's too late. That'd be cool. Looks pretty good.
I got nothing. Yeah, it's
That's
for me,
it?
yeah.
You're done? All right. Well, I don't know if your phone's nearby, but you and I just got tagged while we were podcasting because your niece, my daughter, couldn't get through to me because I was podcasting. So she wanted to make sure that I read the article. Scientific research shows redheads are actually genetic superheroes, and she is a redhead, and therefore I think wants to be podcasted as a superhero. Sorry, Hannah. And it doesn't work like that. You got to get bit by something. You got to get some.
You got to roll around in some toxic sludge or take some drugs from the federal government.
You got to get some gamma rays.
Right.
Gamma rays usually do it. But yeah, red hair, not gonna do it. Sorry.
Yes.
Nice try.
Your only weakness is the sun. All right, Drew, this is one of the podcasts where I give you that most difficult and taxing question. What is the one book worth going to your LCS, fighting that 4th of July traffic, getting in there, knocking on that door and saying, please, please, please give me this issue of X because I got to have it.
Can I have a half a dozen
You can have a half a dozen picks because this is a big friggin' week. You can pick up half a dozen wedding books.
This is a really tough one. I mean, if I'm going to say one, I'm going to go with Batman 50 over Catwoman.
Which
by a
Batman
nose.
50?
I'm going to go
Cover A, Batman number 50.
It's just it's a really iconic, beautiful cover.
Michele
And
Gianni,
it's very
my boy.
wedding-esque. Yeah.
And I'm going with Unnatural,
What about
number
you?
1 from Image, cover A.
That's a good one too. I mean, I think I would throw Catwoman in there. I would throw the Cosmic Ghost Rider in there.
Yep.
So there's a lot of really high books that I'm excited for to read and that might have spec value and so yeah, it's a really busy week on the 4th of July. So if your stuff's not sitting in your pull box, you better go in.
Go in
on
or
the
give
holiday.
a call and make sure you get some of these books because it's a hot week to be in there.
Yeah, it's going to be some good stuff. So yeah, check that out.
And thank you for checking out Comics for Fun and Profit. Thank you for tagging along with Drew and myself as we go through comics that came out, or are coming out, I should say, July the 4th, 2018. Feel free to follow us on some social medias, Facebooks, Instagram, Twitter. You can find us at comicsfunprofit.com. We also have a Gmail. Feel free to send us a little email or a tweet or a message or anything. Be part of the podcast. Tell us if there's a book that we missed this week in this plethora of books that you think is one that we've got to make sure we check out. Or if you think we're dumb for banking on wedding issues and pig books from Image, toss that out there as well. But we want to thank you. It's wonderful to be back with you people. Again this week. I missed you guys, and enjoy your comics, and see ya.